Prior to your incarnation into the perspective of the physical vehicle, one takes a journey as an energy matrix, a soul, if you will, down the frequencies into the atmospheric bubble of the dimension or planet one incarnates upon. The energy matrix takes the overview as it, as an individualized consciousness structure, moves closer to its birthplace. The societal structure of the incarnational birthplace, with wide parameters, is the first imprint into the energy matrix. When we say the societal structure, we mean the collective thoughts and emotions of humanity within that society. If one incarnates within a westernized society, for example, one will imprint the collective thoughts and emotions of that Western society. If one incarnates into peaceful, harmonious, nature-loving, tribal community that also engages in battle due to ownership of land, for example, one will imprint the collective thoughts and emotions of that tribal community. This is the way it is when the energy matrix incarnates. The overview perspective narrows to draw imprints within a smaller and smaller radius, and at the moment of birth, the perspective will then be of the immediate surroundings of the physical vehicle. The vehicle we draw your attention to here is the newborn human infant, you. The second imprint into the energy matrix are the thoughts and emotions of those that care and nurture for the newborn human infant. Most usually, but not always, this is the mother and the father of the newborn infant. The relationship between the mother and the father, even if they are apart, and if one parent is not a regular nurturer of the infant, the relationship is also telepathically and energetically imprinted upon the matrix of the infant. Those in immediate contact to the infant will stand as the predominant telepathic presentation. The energy matrix, still taking the overview, yet no longer from the societal perspective, imprints the thoughts and emotions from those in immediate environmental contact, usually mother and father. The dynamics of the relationships between those in immediate and regular contact will be seen from the wider perspective, and will begin to create energetic pattern, which sets the foundation for emotional behavior within the infant as he or she grows. This is the environmental aspect that creates the overall personality field, adding to the vibrational ray, or that which you know as astrological picture. Therefore, the timing, the movement of planetary influence, societal structure, and immediate surroundings all move together to create the energetic pattern, which the energy matrix begins to draw in and set. In your now, your today, many of you will hold unresolved emotional patterning due to the unconscious imprints your energy matrix holds. Those that are activated and moving through a conscious ascension process or journey into self-realization will be activating the stored memory within the energy matrix and all that was unconsciously viewed prior to, during, and after their birth. It is at this point, during the awakening, the Kundalini rays, the shift of consciousness, it is at this point that you begin to process the emotion of that stored memory. For example, if you find yourself emotionally affected now by something that occurred when you were a small child, this is a normal part of the awakening process. For as the energy pattern or emotion goes into the energy matrix, so does it move out in the same way. Therefore, it will not be uncommon at this point in your journey for you to feel sadness, sorrow, and grief for something that you did not have these feelings for as a young child. For the energy matrix will hold the imprinted pattern, but the emotional response may be held, stored, and often repressed within the human child. There are many variations to the degrees of this storing, holding, and repression, but in an ascending, awakening, transitioning individual, these stored imprints will be remembered and processed, and they will be released. Within a balanced, awakening individual, this will not be without challenge, for the grief, the sorrow, the suffering needs to be experienced as it is released from the fields. Processing of it is not always needed for the release and the clearing. Processing of it is needed for the way showers and practitioners that deliver this teaching and healing to others. We bring this information to your attention, for now is the time that this begins for you. It begins when you are ready. It begins when you consciously express the desire for ascension, for moving forward, for healing, for extraterrestrial contact, star being communication, astral travel, and the activation of the Merkaba fields, the DNA, and the movement into the crystalline change. It begins when you express the desire for spiritual growth and for unity. It begins when you understand the true meaning of oneness. The integration of all aspects of the energy matrix then begins. The becoming multidimensional then begins. Or should we say continues, for in actuality there is no beginning point to the overall process, only two individualized points within the process. The overall process is in various states of movement and flux, mirroring the higher energy matrix of Source. On your planet, the full memory and reintegration of the energy matrix usually takes place after the energy matrix leaves the physical body, during the exit point you know as the death process. Yet there have always been individuals and groups that have integrated the matrix whilst remaining in the body. This is the process we call ascension. On your planet now, at the time of the 13th Baktun, in the 0 point field expression of the hidden time, the true occult, in the frequency of that which is hidden shall come to light. It is the ascension process which now dominates when it comes to memory integration of the energy matrix. Therefore, the processing of the imprints within the individualized matrix shall take place whilst still in incarnation. Only at this point can the human incarnated being be fully God realized, for that is when the human incarnated being knows that it is Source. We draw your attention to this information at this point, not only because it is part of your individual journey, but because it is part of your collective journey. The unrest and denser frequency you will have imprinted prior to your birth point, the memory of your societal structure and its presentation as you incarnated, was not presented to you without reason. It was presented to you, and you imprinted upon it, in order to hold memory of mission, as in what needs to be done. For you incarnated upon your planet in order to put right the wrongs, if you will, within your societal structure, to bring light where there is darkness, to bring harmony to the chaos, and soothe the unrest. For you who hears our words now, you are the light bringers, the indigo warriors, the crystal energy holders, the blue-ray technological geniuses, and the rainbow children of the new earth. The memory of the societal structure within your energy matrix is also to be processed. The processing of this aspect, the aspect of the wider collective overview, triggers the memory of the mission. We address at this time those who respond with, "There is no mission, only oneness, only beingness." And we say to this, yes, yes indeed. And it is the living of the mission that brings you to the realization of there is no mission. For unity is embraced through integration, and integration, or should we say reintegration, takes place after separation. We draw your attention to this information at this point for another reason also. We speak here of the new souls incarnating upon your planet at this time, this year, this month, this day. They will move through that same process of imprinting the overview of the energy matrix of their societal structure, that which is formed from your thoughts and your emotions. Many of you, those who jump ahead, those holding expansion within their fields, will see exactly where we are going with this communication. You aware ones who hear our words now are able to create a grid within the energy matrix that the incoming souls will see and imprint. The incoming souls, almost all star-seeded beings of light from infinite points throughout your multiverse, incarnating on your planet Earth now, as they are called, or they choose, to take their places and experience full God realization within physicality. You aware ones who hear our words now are able to bring valuable needed nourishment, energy, information and love to the grid that you create. The grid received by all incarnating souls within the expansive area where you reside and the societal structure within it. That which shall be recognized by the incoming energy matrix is the energy of receiving with joy and love, the welcoming of the energy matrix, the security and the loving foundation that welcome home shall bring to them. For there are those that would do opposite. We repeat, there are those that would do opposite, setting fear-based patterning within the societal grid structure in order to gain control over the new generations and continue the power structures. Yet light shines brighter than darkness. We repeat, light shines brighter than darkness. And the new grid, the grid of light that you consciously set for the new incoming souls, this day, this month, this year, will be imprinted upon with gratitude. The visualization of the incoming souls and their imprinting process is all that is needed. Metaphorically, one stands as the Divine Mother, arms outstretched to receive the new, innocent, incoming matrix so they may activate the wisdom of their true home and extraterrestrial origins. This is your extraterrestrial contact. These are your light ships. And we ask you to receive them in light, love, security, protection and nurturing. We ask you to send out your telepathic beam through your thoughts and emotions. We ask you to sing to the heavens, "Welcome home," and cushion the new incoming souls in a cradle of light, so they, like you, may take their places in the transitioning of the dimensional reality of your planet Earth. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. Gateways within, gateways within, gateways within. integrates within.